Good afternoon. We're here at City Hall today. We're very grateful to have Lieutenant Governor Karyn Polito here with us, and she's out to talk about the Community Compact, which is how cities and towns can implement best practices in their city. And I think we've done a good job with best practices in a number of areas, but there are certainly areas that, like all communities, we could be better. And now, with the help of the Lieutenant Governor and Governor Baker, they're incentivizing cities and towns to do better in those areas where they could do better. And we're looking at different areas with the City Council President, my good friend Jim Dwyer, State Rep. We're looking at areas in economic development which we think we're sitting in a great position. So we're going to sign up for the Community Compact on how we match up competitively and what we can do to make ourselves more competitive with the likes of Burlington, Waltham, Medford, and even to a greater degree Cambridge, because we have a great biotech presence, as Alderman Hagerty will tell you, and we want to do better. The better we do at that, the better we do for our taxpayers. So that's one area we'll look at, and there's a number of others, Lieutenant, that we're going to be looking at. And the incentives are great for us. It puts us in a good position with the grants that the state gives out, particularly the Mass Works, and we hope that it puts us in a better position to get a grant for our parking garage, which we've been working on diligently over the past couple of years, so that'd be nice. But we appreciate your work, everything you've done so far as Governor, and I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, the State Rep.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. We're thrilled to have the Lieutenant Governor here visiting us in Woburn, and having served with the Lieutenant Governor in the House of Representatives, I know her passion and commitment to municipalities all over the state. It was a pleasure to serve with you there, and your leadership on a lot of local aid issues were very, very viable and very, very important. And Lieutenant Governor, as I said, using an acronym, she gets it. She was a select woman in Shrewsbury, so she knows what it is to put together a municipal budget and how important state aid is coming back to our cities and towns. So I know she understands it. We've talked. She brought up the subject of the new Boston Street Bridge. Thank you very much. You've been hearing about how important that is to our city and the widening of Montvale Avenue, but we have a tremendous tax base here in the city. We're right at the intersection of 128 and 93. So we view ourselves not only as a local engine for employment, and that's the big thing, jobs, but being in the intersection of I-93 and 95, I mean, we consider ourselves a regional destination too. So that's why it's very, very important for the bridge and for our economic base, not only for the city of Woburn, but for the region as a whole. So thank you very much. Thank you for your personal friendship over the years, and we're just thrilled to have you as the point person for the Baker administration to our cities and towns.
All right, I may give you the last word, okay? I just want to say how honored I am to be here in Woburn today, of course, with your mayor and Alderman Hagerty, as well as my good friend in the legislature, Jim Dwyer. I want to thank you for your leadership on a number of issues, in particular the three strikes law, and working so closely with your law enforcement community here in Woburn. All of our hearts broke on the day that we lost one of our finest officers here in the Commonwealth, and I want to thank you for your leadership. I also want to thank you for doing a great job in the state budget, because that's a collaborative effort. It's not just the governor and I working on it, it's working with our partners in the legislature, and you did a great job advocating for aid for the cities and towns, for schools, for the municipal budgets, and this is where people feel their quality of life. So you've literally stepped up to do your job well, and I look forward to returning here to visit the areas that we talked about that can increase the economic development opportunities here in the greater Woburn area and in Woburn itself. I do want to say that the Community Compact is an expression of our commitment to our cities and towns. Governor Baker and I campaign on a very simple message of making Massachusetts great everywhere. And making a great community means great schools for our kids, safe neighborhoods to grow a family or to start or have a business, and certainly jobs and opportunities in your downtown area and in the region so that people can work and earn their way and have a productive life. And you're working on all of those things every day, Mr. Mayor, with a great team here. But what we want to do at the state level is sort of reward the communities that are doing everything they're trying to do every day to make a great community, and incentivize doing a little bit more, raising that bar a little higher, adopting best and better practices so that you can better serve this community. And we at the state level, through our community compact, are expressing that we want to be a direct and strong partner with our cities and towns to accomplish those goals. So what's great about this program are three things. First of all, it's a community-driven program. Mr. Mayor, you will have the opportunity with your team to select the best practices that will work for Woburn. And we at the state level will be your partner by providing you technical assistance, grant funds, or funds for you to be able to engage an outside consultant to accomplish those best practices. And our commitment to you, in addition to resources, is to say that we will continue to fund our part of the commitment for local aid, for school aid, for Chapter 90 funds, for your roads and your sidewalks, and to make sure that we're not passing unnecessarily unfunded mandates that cost your community more to comply with. So those are our commitments. But what I want to say is you have a community here in Woburn that's already doing a lot of good things. Congratulations on your Green Communities grant award. For an example, changing out light fixtures to LED is an example of a good practice to save your community money. And what we want to do is just do a little bit more of that. Governor Baker always says to us, if you find something that's working, do more of it. So finding best practices and better way of serving this community is a good thing to do more of. And by signing the compact, which I hope to come back and do with you soon, you put this community, you put Woburn in a more competitive position for the larger statewide grants that are available, from MassWorks to Parks grants to Complete Street grants. And this will help your community achieve its overall goal of increasing more jobs and opportunities and expanding your tax base so that you can continue to service this community as strongly as you do now. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'd like the Councilor to have the last word.
I get the last word. Wow. We just want to thank you again for coming out. We appreciate the teamwork atmosphere that the state government is giving towards us and letting us know that you guys want to work with us at the local level to make sure that we're providing jobs for our citizens, that we're encouraging economic development, and that now, of course, that through the compact, that you're really being able to take some of the lessons maybe learned in other communities and apply them here in Woburn, or take some of the lessons that we've learned here in Woburn and apply them across the state, which I'm sure there's lots of those. So I know the mayor's going to implement that here in the city, and that's exciting. And again, the teamwork atmosphere that you bring to our community is important, and something that I think personally is very appreciated. So thank you again for coming in the city.
Thank you. Thank you very much.